fixed rare cases of crashes when you, after a host migration, when you are trying to go back to Fortuna or Cetus, fixed a bunch of rendering issues, fixed generally a bunch of issues. And I wasn't going to cover this because a lot of the hotfixes recently have been nothing more than hotfixes. This, on the other hand, has a few quite nice plot twists to it. Physique will now add a maximum health of 90% instead of the 18% health it used to do, which is something that it's always kind of needed. The Brakk has had a accuracy increase, so it's now 7.7. Sadly, I don't really know what it was before. If I had to take a guess, I would say that 5.9 goes with Mooncatcher, which it actually does. So I have no idea what it was before. Even if the number is the same, it still says they have increased the accuracy of these. They have also done it to the Kohmak, which now has an accuracy of 8, and the twin Kohmaks, so the dual wielding version of these, which are obviously going to be all the way down here under twin, and they're not there. There it is, which is 5.7. That's actually a pretty bad accuracy, but all of these numbers are still improvements over what they are. Well, I'm guessing, because again, I did try to look into this really quickly and I couldn't find them because somebody's already updated the wiki, even though this update is only 3 hours old. Well, more by the time that you're actually watching this. But more importantly, to the Sentient Mimics have updated their cognitive thinking, so they now take on the proper form of the newly remeshed Corpus Lockers. Oh, okay. That's the enemy, the Sentient Mimics, not the Sentinel Mimics. Okay, now that makes a lot more sense. I was thinking that through while reading it and thinking there isn't a Sentinel that has Mimic. It's the Sentient Mimic. This one, the one that can disguise itself as objects. It is now better at doing that. That's actually not such a good thing, to be honest, because these things can kind of pop up out of anywhere. But more important than any of this comes with a little change to a mod I don't have equipped because everybody has said this to me in the past. Why am I using the Magnum Force mod instead of Auger Pact? Because it only added 66% damage and it had a reduction of 33%, whereas this has no reduction but does add 90% more damage. Yeah, that's because if I can fit it, I fit it into a lot of builds because it's a 14-point mod. This is a 7 because this was a change that was expected a long time ago. It's finally happened. Magnum Force. Click. Plus 165% damage to go along with... Ooh, what is the rifle one called? Was it going to say narrow mine hollow bullets? Nope, heavy caliber. But honestly, a lot of the builds I have for secondaries use Magnum Force rather than Auger Pact because that wasn't around for a lot of the weapons I've had in the past, and I've always just thrown this in here expecting the day that they finally update Magnum Force because it has needed this since it came out. It should never have been a 66% extra damage and 33% less accuracy. It should always have been like heavy caliber with the plus 165% damage and the minus 55% accuracy, meaning all of those really bad builds, which I will admit up until 3 hours ago, again more, until this hotfix 24.2.10 have been just that. This in itself is not actually a good build anyway, but it's just the one that I happen to have equipped at the minute. Yes, I will now be running Magnum Force, continuing to run Magnum Force, and will no longer be using Auger Pact in most of my builds, but with a slight... what's the best way I can put this? Compromise. Plus 165% damage. I know I shouldn't, but if I put this in here... Oh, look at that. It now does more damage, but sadly, I've lost the corrosive. It's now gone to gas. Yeah, running both of these mods at the same time is going to be slightly problematic. I mean, more than likely, I will probably find myself taking this off, because the damage numbers just look so much better if I take that off and throw a lethal torrent back on. That won't go in there, that needs to go down there, then that needs to go in there. Because that looks like more damage, even though really it isn't. I'm going to leave that in there for the multi-shot, but Magnum Force is now where it should have been from release. It has taken many years, but Magnum Force is finally a viable mod that is worth leveling up. Beforehand, not so much, and I will agree the fact I was running this instead of Auger Pact was just wrong, but I have been planning for this for so long. I honestly had given up on it and had started running Auger Pact instead, which is why it's in there, but now I can throw this in and go, haha, yes, finally, more damage. It's finally where it needs to be. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.